Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of One Take. I'm your host Sean, and today we have a very special guest that is not a Turbo from VGA, but he is a friend I know from Twitch.tv, and his name is Dresdenkingwack. Welcome, Justin.
Thanks for having me, man. Great to be here at my place on your channel.
Yeah, definitely. How long have I known you now? For like months now. It's been.
And months.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think about 5 months. It's really hard to tell. Maybe since November.
It was around when AC Syndicate was released. That's for sure.
So maybe October then.
Yeah.
That sounds more around the area. So
Yeah, I remember like Midnight, who was from the first episode of One Take, introducing me to you, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" Like, what? I didn't, and because I didn't know who you were, and you were just a mod on her channel. I was like, I don't remember him being a mod on this channel. Then I checked out your channel. You're like the most R-rated stream I've ever seen. But damn, I'm happy to be here.
You're too kind.
I am. All right, so shall we get this started?
Yeah, let's do the thing. Let's do the thing.
All right. Well, the first question, we were actually just discussing this a little before we recorded. Deadpool 2 has been already greenlit days before the film released, and the film was widely successful with 135 million just on the first day domestically.
Oh yeah.
And so before I ask you the real question, what did you think of Deadpool without spoiling?
I thought it was very it honored the comics. It was an absolutely perfect Deadpool comic book film.
Yeah.
The breaking of the fourth wall, the breaking of the fourth wall within breaking the fourth wall, the cameos, the references. There's definitely well over 115 references to various things in that film. Ryan Reynolds was born to play that part, and everyone else in the film, they brought such character to their characters, and no one was underserviced, and I really appreciated that, especially from the love interest. I can't remember her name right now, but she's played by Sophia Baccarin, who was on Firefly, and she's one of my favorite characters on Firefly. So
yeah,
great film.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed Deadpool as well. I saw it opening night with my friends, and did we have a freaking blast the whole time, that movie. Oh man, I think they want to see it again tomorrow night for as of this recording. So I'm just like, maybe I should go again to see it with them.
Yeah, that I would. Like I was able to sneak out for a couple hours today, and like I'm gonna just go watch Deadpool.
Yeah, man. So the real question today for this how do you feel about Deadpool 2 already getting confirmed like that? Like, are you excited?
First of all, I'm incredibly excited, and I'm also not surprised at all. I think as soon as the footage leaked of the what was it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Comic-Con like 2011 thing.
Yeah, as soon as that leaked by whoever that was leaked by, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan Reynolds. I'm pretty certain it was. As soon as that was leaked and the fan reaction exploded, I think Fox executives were like, "Oh, there really is a market for this." And as soon as they saw like the upswelling of fan support and greenlit this film, they saw how it grew from there. And the marketing was genius.
Yes, it was.
It's some of the best marketing I've ever seen, and I'm a big fan of marketing. I come up with like marketing slogans all the time for no reason. But I don't know where I'm going with this. So I'm not surprised at all with Deadpool 2 getting greenlit days before, because there were those special secret screenings where people got surprised. Hey, you get to watch the full movie now. I'm sure executives were there and they were like, okay, let's talk, because this is obviously gonna be big. I mean, they filmed it for $60 million. That's really low budget for a big comic book movie. And the fact that they made 135 million opening weekend, and domestic, and like 200 million worldwide, 200 plus million worldwide, I think definitely has solidified where they're going with it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I definitely was surprised by the numbers it made, because it's an R-rated superhero flick too. Like I would think that parents and kids would demolish this film. Like, it would not be like top number one on the box office, but man, did it crush all the films released that same weekend. Like,
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna say there are way more adults than there are children.
yeah, there is. I know.
So, and there are a lot of foul-mouthed, like-minded, to me, people that were definitely excited about this one. When Deadpool came out in '92, think of all the people that were, kind of age to be within the realm of comic book lore, able to see the birth of this character and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. There's so much hype behind it from the day one in 1992 to now, especially since it's been kind of in purgatory for the last few years. Yeah, there was a lot of fan swelling, and there are people who have never picked up a Deadpool comic and have only seen him in like Ultimate Spider-Man or even just Lego Marvel Avengers or whatever, that were excited. And there are people that had no idea who he was and went out and saw it. So, because fun and explosions.
Yeah, exactly. My dad is a big Deadpool fan. He owns, I think in his closet, he owns like a number one of Deadpool. So yeah, he's definitely a character he likes. My dad and my whole family, like, we like superhero films. They actually didn't think it was gonna be that successful because they thought he was such a niche character that it wouldn't appeal to everybody. And it doesn't appeal to everybody, sure, but man, those numbers just surprised everybody, including Fox.
Yeah, those numbers really speak loudly, especially since I'm sure you've heard that Wolverine, the next and final one with Hugh Jackman, they're thinking of making it rated R, and it's going to be like the Old Man Logan arc, which it has to be R. This is opening up doors, but I hope that they don't take the lesson from. I hope they take the lesson that they need to from this, and not the one that they don't need, which is, we can add a bunch of jokes and explosions and fart things, and that'll put butts in seats. That's not the point. There's a lot of character in this film. It was also, it's funny and it's cool, but it's also, there is heart to it, which I kind of wasn't expecting. So yeah, that's stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the same can't be said that Fox couldn't market Fantastic Four well, so
that thing was dead as soon as it was greenlit.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, if Wolverine 3 does become like this, then I would be very happy with it, because I've always wanted to see an R-rated Wolverine superhero flick. Because actually, if you buy the 3D director's cut, it's an R-rated version of it. So,
oh really?
But it's not 3D; it's 2D. So, but you have to buy that edition. But I saw that I bought it on eBay for like $6, and that edition was way better than the PG-13 rated version of it.
That doesn't surprise me. I haven't seen. Let's see. I don't know what the last Fox Marvel Universe film I saw was. I want to say it was First Class. Since Marvel Studios is really where my heart is.
Yeah.
But this is the first Fox Marvel film that I have seen since First Class, and yeah, I feel completely justified in saying I'm happy about that. So yeah, I'm if they go hard R with Wolverine 3, and it's the last one with Hugh Jackman. I just hope that they do that one justice.
And also, in one of the deleted scenes for that edition, it showed the yellow suit that he wears in the comics. So, do you think they would go with that, perhaps?
I don't think Bryan Singer likes color. I don't. I think he really likes leather jackets, and he always has and always will. That was my main complaint. I remember walking home from the theater with my friends after watching X-Men when it first came out, the very first X-Men, and I was like, that was interesting. Why didn't they have color at all? Like, I've seen every X-Men film that Bryan Singer made in theater, and every time I was like, where's the color? I don't understand his aversion to making it like I guess maybe early on he probably thought, hey, we can't make this look good with color. And now, like, you can see like the neoprene
Yeah.
awesomeness of that Wolverine suit and all the things that they're doing everywhere else. Like they're toning it down, but they're keeping it. They're sticking to its origin
Mm-hmm.
in most superhero films, and that's what he needs to do. He really annoys me with that. So yeah, I don't know what your point was, but I went off on a tangent.
Yeah. Okay, well, I am gonna give a little slight spoiler for Deadpool. So if you haven't seen Deadpool yet, to those viewers, I urge you to mute this podcast, and then I'll probably wave like this, and then you can come back without getting spoiled for you guys. But did you catch the post credits scene of Deadpool?
Oh yeah, it was a very good. It was an amazing homage to the Ferris Bueller end credits. I recognized it right away. I don't know if you did.
I did. I definitely
Okay,
did.
good, awesome. At first, I kind of thought that they literally superimposed just a Deadpool mask onto Matthew Broderick because it was so well shot. I recognized it immediately, and him talking about big spoilers, Cable
Yeah, that's all I was gonna
coming from
discuss.
this one. Oh yes, I cannot wait. Trying not to curse at all. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, the son of Scott Summers and Jean Grey with Deadpool, they're like the best team up ever. They are. I love them together. They are great. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. But the two post credit scenes were fantastic.
Yes. Um, yeah. So did you hear who's possibly going to go for Cable though? Stephen Lang. Do you know the actor?
I know who Stephen Lang is. I've never seen. Was he on Lost?
I don't
I think he
know,
was on Lost.
but he was in Avatar.
Avatar. He was the main villain
Yeah.
in Avatar. And just based on that alone, like his look in Avatar makes me think Cable.
Yeah.
I think it might be a little bit on the older side to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I did see him tweet out the picture of him like bulking up
Yeah.
at the gym.
He's definitely bulking up.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to if he wants that Cable role really really bad. But I think he looks good for it. I like him as an actor. I think he's
Mhm.
really good. I think he could probably pull it off.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where Deadpool 2 comes out of this, especially how good this first one was last week.
Mhm.
So, I don't know when Deadpool 2 is releasing. I don't think they had an official release date yet, so we'll see what happens in the future.
I do know that they don't want to have like a big Hollywood budget this time,
Yes.
the second time around either. They want to keep it low end, which is smart for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of keeps it kind of where it needs to be, which is looking like low budget crap.
Yes.
Because you look at a Deadpool comic, it looks like it's a low budget film, shot in someone's basement apartment.
Yeah.
But it's also good financially because that means like huge back end, off of if they spend like maybe increase it by like 80,
Hmm.
not by 80 million, but to 80 million. I think they could do a few more things and get a few more other things going on, and then have a really good profit off of it.
Yeah. One more spoiler before I wave off to the viewers. Did you catch Stan Lee?
Of course, I cut. Of all the places that I've seen Stan Lee, a strip club is not one of the places I expected to see Stan Lee. Now, I did see him in the trailer.
Mhm.
They showed that off in the trailer, and I was like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think that might also be a reference to a show that was on FX called Stripperella. Are you familiar with that?
I don't know what that is.
He made an animated TV series with what is her name? I can't remember her name at all. Big chest, let's say that.
Okay.
Just she's very in the adult film industry. She's very popular.
Okay.
But he made an animated series where she voiced this character who was a stripper by day and a superhero by night, and her name was Stripperella.
Okay.
It was a comedy. It was a comedy series, and it was very very funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I think him being in the strip club may be kind of a reference to that.
Yeah, I think we're done with that question pretty much, so I can wave off to those viewers who haven't seen Deadpool yet.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I think our next question is Charlize Theron has been rumored to play the villain in Fast and Furious 8. Have you seen any Fast and Furious films?
I've seen a lot of them. I don't remember the last one that I saw though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I didn't even. Okay, so I saw Fast and Furious. I didn't see Too Fast, Too Furious because
Okay.
I don't. There's a point.
Yeah, there's no point to see that.
Without Vin Diesel, I don't feel like there's a point to a Fast and the Furious movie. And that was around the time where he was saying, "I'm not gonna do any sequels to anything. I am a one-off." And then he saw how well that was working
Yeah.
for him, and decided maybe I should take my ego and dial it down a bit. And he's done
Mm-hmm.
great since then.
Yeah.
Um, I saw Tokyo Drift in theater. That's probably my favorite Fast and Furious movie because Japan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think I've seen maybe the next two after that, and since then nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Tokyo Drift as well, and I thought that wasn't as bad as people said. Like, it was definitely not related too much to the lore, but it was still fun enough. Well, no, it does connect in that universe still, like,
You,
definitely.
you got Han Solo,
Han Solo.
and even what's Vin Diesel's character's name in
Dominic? Dominic was in
Dom?
it.
Yeah. So he appeared at the end of it, and that was like the when he was just starting to get bring that ego
Mm-hmm.
back down a little bit. And I knew he was going to be there because everyone was talking about it around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great to see him come back and kind of be reaccepted into the Fast and Furious family franchise.
Yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel's a great guy in general. I've
Oh yeah,
seen what he's done in the past, like especially with a lot of charity work. Apparently, he's been doing. Like,
oh
he's just a
yeah.
great guy. But is that's this question's not related to Fast and Furious or Vin Diesel at all. Do you have a favorite female villain in a movie?
Do I have a favorite femme fatale? I thought Nebula was really cool in Guardians of the Galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
to bring it back to comic books. Um, I thought she was cool. I thought she was one of my favorite actresses actually. She was
Doctor Who,
Amy.
Amy Rose.
Yeah. And wow, she complete makeover. So it's Nebula. I thought Captain Phasma was cool. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
do much, but she was cool.
Yeah.
There are, oh gosh, Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great villain. What a bad word. Um, there are so many femme fatales across various genres that I like. There's too many for me to even think up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where I am.
yeah, I was gonna say like you said Cersei from Game of Thrones. I thought she was great in the Dread 3D movie that she was in.
I actually didn't see that.
You didn't see it? Oh wow, it's actually really good. It's 100 times better than that Sylvester Stallone one, that's for sure.
The only version of that Judge Dredd that I've seen, I did play the video game on Super Nintendo
Hmm.
back when it came out, and I've watched Nostalgia Critics review of it.
Yeah,
That's it. I haven't seen anything else. Like I
yeah,
haven't sat through that movie, either version.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I thought she was really cool in it. I think that's it for mostly that question. Quick question, mostly. I mean, you said do you have out of the choices you said, do you know who stands out the most in your opinion?
God, I wish I did. There there are so many. I'm really trying to rack my brain for any answers that I can possibly receive. I'm not coming up with anything.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All
It's
right,
not
let's
gonna
move
work.
on. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Next question. The Punisher is rumored to have his own Netflix series after Daredevil season 2 and in the future. Do you think this is a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. As long as they don't go origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just going back a little bit. Daredevil season 1. I'm kind of 75-25 on that.
Mm-hmm.
Kingpin kind of rubbed me the wrong way for most of it, but one of my friends kind of hit the number up from where it was of how much I liked Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Jones was amazing.
Yeah, Jessica Jones is a great show.
Luke Cage is on the way. I would say probably next November.
Yeah.
If I hope they do that one correctly. I don't know if that one's going to take place after Jessica Jones or before. I think before. I think Luke Cage will be an origin story. Iron Fist, like they have actually the Luke Cage and Iron Fist nameplates on Netflix right now. I actually have them both saved in my Netflix
do?
playlist. Yeah. So, sorry.
That's all right.
So Punisher, being basically the worst version of Batman to Daredevil's Superman, schoolboy stuff. I think he's gonna in Daredevil season 2. I think he's going to be a really great villain. But Punisher is one of my all-time favorite not superhero comic book characters. Him having his own Netflix show, I thought that he would have his own Netflix show before Daredevil would, honestly.
Really?
Oh yeah. I thought the way that studios are going about things for a while was nitty-gritty. It needs to be down and dark and horrible. And then they went with Daredevil, which gritty, but not like dark. Punisher really allows them to go even darker. I think there's a lot to do. I think if they did some war journals, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
The actor, I'm not too familiar with his work. I'm not a big fan of Walking Dead.
I've seen Walking.
I've seen like 2 episodes of Walking Dead, and I'm like, I'm done. I get it. But I know he's like one of the main-ish characters.
Yeah, he is.
Or was for a few seasons. Anyway, I like what he's doing with the Punisher. I think he's taking from a bunch of different sources. I was actually a big fan of Thomas Jane's performance of Punisher.
Yeah, I didn't think Thomas Jane was that bad.
But not so much the film.
Yeah, I can understand.
And the second one was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's inevitable that we'll have a Punisher series. I don't think it's going to come until after the Defenders, though. I think they really need to focus in on that.
Do you think Punisher will be in Defenders?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't really see him as like the foil of that, nor has he really teamed up much with the Defenders unless they really needed some wet work done, which I don't really think so. I love the Punisher and I really want there to be a series, but I really, I mean, I've been waiting so long to see the Defenders played out. It's the low budget Avengers.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's gonna be amazing.
So did you see the new trailer of Daredevil season 2?
Yeah, the first trailer.
Yeah. Because there's a part 2 coming out in like a week or so.
On the 25th.
Yeah.
So like this Thursday.
I think the next trailer will actually showcase Elektra more because it showed at the end of the first trailer. Did you? But in the first trailer for this, did you like Punisher's portrayal in it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually kind of where most of my appreciation for what John Bernthal is doing with the character came from. Because like there was like the leaked footage from Comic-Con, like a couple of things.
Yeah.
And then we've had these really artistic. They're beautiful, but they don't really say much about like what's coming in the season. We've had these artistic kind of teasers, just tease and just stop already. But when it finally came down to actually seeing what he's doing, like they're taking things directly from the comics and making it like physical and real looking. I hope it's not real. That's a big problem if it's real. I absolutely loved his performance. I think he's obviously bringing his own thing to it, his own words. I'm explaining words. But I see a bit of Thomas Jane. I see a bit of Dolph Lundgren. I see a bit of whatever the other guy's name was. Didn't really pay attention to it, but I see it. I see like some callbacks to that, but he is making it his own. And I feel like some of the best portrayals from anyone and anything who is portraying someone who's already been brought to screen once or twice before is taking those and making it your own. And I see him doing that.
Yeah, you even mentioned this on your stream one time. You wanted his daughter to be the one that was shown to be killed, and it showed a picture of his daughter. And I was kind of happy of that too.
Yeah. I'm so happy that they showed the daughter that gets killed by mobs.
That's kind of screwed up a little bit there, but okay.
No, I'm happy with that. In the Dolph Lundgren one, it was like twin daughters, and then like in the Thomas Jane one, it was a son, and bugged me. I didn't like that the character changed. Like, the message should stay the same, but I don't feel like it does.
Mm-hmm.
As a parent, I don't feel like it's weird. But I really do like that's staying that way because
Mm-hmm.
that's how it is.
Yeah, especially with this being part of the MCU, I'm pretty sure Marvel will take good care of it and pay tribute to this character a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's it for that question. Daredevil season 2 is supposed to come out March 18th, I believe.
March 18th, yeah.
And Punisher, we don't know if he is gonna have his Netflix series, but hopefully in the near future.
I'd say it's in the bag.
Yeah. Another Marvel question that we have here: Anthony Mackie, who portrays the Falcon in the
Okay.
Marvel films, has said Civil War is the best Marvel movie yet. Now, before I get to the question, are you? I'm pretty sure you're excited for Civil War, right?
Dude, this is the year of superheroes beating the crap out of each other. I'm absolutely
Exactly.
excited about everything that's coming out. Okay, we got what we got. We got Daredevil coming out next month for Daredevil, and Punisher face off. We got is it next month? Is Batman v Superman?
Yeah,
coming out next
Batman v Superman's in March.
and that has verses in the name.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, it's Batman fighting Superman finally, and then we got Iron Man versus Captain America, and it's the year, and even Fox is doing it with Apocalypse,
Apocalypse, yeah.
which you got Psylocke in there. She's a good guy. You got Storm in there. She's a
Mm-hmm.
good guy, and superheroes fighting. It's great. It's a good year. Where was this going?
Where was this going?
Okay, so yes, I'm absolutely excited for Civil War. I'm way more. I think I'm way more excited for Civil War than I am Batman v Superman.
Exactly.
Even though Batman is my favorite character,
Mm-hmm.
superhero character of all time. It's just I feel like if there was a Batman TV series live action instead of what Gotham is,
Yeah.
you could do a lot more. Court of Owls and stuff like that. Civil War, I'm really, really, really excited about.
Mm-hmm. Now the question here that I have is, what do you think is the best Marvel film so far?
Winter Soldier. I think it's the strongest. I think it's the most action-packed. I think it's the most heartfelt, and I think it's the most kind of outside of what most Marvel films are.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an espionage. It really did go into its own genre. The same, and I think they took cues from like make it its own thing. With Ant-Man, they made that a heist film.
Yeah.
So I think Winter Soldier, like I saw that thing and I saw that movie in theaters twice
Mm-hmm.
on the same day.
On the same day?
I don't, yeah, I don't do that. I really don't do that.
Wow.
That film was really cool, and with the tie-ins from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I know a lot of people aren't fans of, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I
love
like
both
Agents of
sides.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does kind of work as a backdrop to most of what's going on in the Marvel Universe, and I hope that they don't ignore Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when it comes to Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that they don't ignore what's going on Netflix when it comes to the Infinity War, because the Defenders showing up then with everything else. Like, there's supposed to be like 57 some odd superheroes in that film.
Yeah. A lot of superheroes. If I had to choose one personally for me, I loved Winter Soldier. I saw that in theaters as well. Don't get me wrong, I really do think it was kind of a game changer for Marvel films to come.
Mhm.
But I honestly would have to say Guardians of the Galaxy just because it really surprised me. Like believe me, I had no idea who these characters were. I was thinking to myself, a talking tree and a talking raccoon? What? That's not gonna work. But
Best characters ever.
seeing how Marvel handles the films, I kind of had some hope for it. Like, and then when I saw it in the theaters, I saw this by myself too. I didn't go with anybody because I wanted to see it opening day. That would just surprise the crap out of me, man. I was like, what? That was so much fun. I got out of the theaters like, I feel like I want to high five someone right now. I want to apologize because I had little to no hope for this film.
Okay, so I took my friend Brandon and my son,
Mm-hmm.
my eldest son Alistair, who was 6, 7 at the time, I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
To see Guardians of the Galaxy, and Brandon, he's actually just about to have his first kid,
Yeah.
whether he wants to or not. But I've been a father for 8+ years now,
Mhm.
and that movie, I would just like with the Lego movie that I took my son to see in theater,
Mhm.
I cried a
Yeah, it was
lot.
emotional. It was pretty emotional in a lot of parts.
I get, some people don't have kids and they're like, oh, that's touching, that's very sad, and also very heartfelt. And me as a parent and a very emotional guy, I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my God, it's so pretty. But what I really like from the Marvel films is action.
Yeah.
That's why Guardians of the Galaxy is actually a very, very close second. Love that film to death. But Winter Soldier, I feel like, Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of like, let's take a break from most of the stuff that's going on in this line that we've created over the last 8 or so years,
Mhm.
and bring you some kind of awesome commercial interruption
Mhm.
that is awesome and its own thing, and it will be coming to Earth eventually
Yeah.
for Infinity War. I would
Yeah, I would assume Infinity War
guess.
as well.
But I don't know. I really like the main story stuff. I don't know. It gets confusing, honestly. A lot of the Marvel films are almost ties, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the main connection with Guardians to the Marvel universe is Thanos, of course, being in it.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
but yeah, both that and Lego Movie kind of sold me on Chris Pratt a lot because I had no idea who that was. Honestly, I didn't watch Parks and Rec before.
I didn't watch Parks and Recreation until I saw who was going to be playing Star Lord, and I was like, okay, let me see who this guy is.
Okay.
And me and the wife watched like 5 seasons in a row
Oh.
over the course of about a week. Me and my wife love binge watching. We will wait an entire season on pins and needles, wondering what's happening and staying away from most media just so we can sit down for 10 hours and exhaust ourselves and get fat. Because we just like the long viewing. Like we're working our way through Castle right now. I don't know if you've ever seen
Nathan Fillion.
Yes, Nathan Fillion is amazing.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy, dude.
Okay, so Castle. I stayed away. I'm going off somewhere else here. The point being, stuff.
But so you saw Parks and Rec with Chris Pratt, of course. So
yeah, his dumb character was amazing. Andy, Randy.
Yeah,
Andy?
I think it's Andy.
I'm pretty sure it's Andy. He sold me right then and there. Like, oh, this is who this guy is. He's brilliant and stupid at the same time. And it gave me hope for the Lego movie, which was also amazing.
Yeah.
And his voice in that, like, I could hardly tell it was him, to be honest with you. And so those two backed it up for Guardians of the Galaxy, which I had no doubts about pretty much from the onset. But it's always nice going in knowing who someone is and then knowing kind of how they work.
Yeah, I mean, you say Captain America: Winter Soldier, I say Guardians of the Galaxy for sure. But I think that's our Marvel films that we like the most. I think that's it for that question. Next question. Street Fighter V came out this week, and it's getting actually a bunch of mixed reviews here and there. Like, some people like it for the fighting, some people don't because it doesn't have enough content with it. Apparently it's coming out, all the content is coming for free updates, so that's how it's gonna be a full game perhaps. But do you have a personal favorite fighting game?
Yes, I do, and it's Killer Instinct.
Ooh, nice one.
But the one for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't own an Xbox, and I actually didn't even know that there was an arcade cabinet before there was an SNES game. The bit of a background. I wasn't allowed to watch many films that had like blood or cursing in it. Like my mom was pretty down on that for about from birth until I was about 8 years old, and then she was like, just watch what you want. And one of the first video games I got to play wasn't Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. It was Killer Instinct, and that I've played Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter since then.
Mhm.
I don't have as much fun with those games as I do with Killer Instinct. I think on the Super Nintendo, I love the musical score in that game. I think
Yeah.
it's deep and cool. I think the characters are far more interesting. When I was a kid and the Mortal Kombat film came out, I was like, so this means that there's going to be a Killer Instinct movie too, right?
Nope.
And I'm still mad. I'm still very mad. Killer Instinct is by far, hands down, my favorite fighting video game of all time. Second down on that list would probably be, to keep it in the theme of comic books, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Good one.
Pretty much anything Marvel vs. Capcom. It doesn't really matter which number. And then you got Injustice: Gods Among Us,
Mhm.
and then probably Mortal Kombat. Actually, probably Street Fighter and then Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, my least favorite of all.
Yeah, I really like Killer Instinct. I actually own the black SNES cartridge.
Yes.
It's in my room right now. But yeah, I really like Killer Instinct. I even bought a fighting stick, a SNES fighting stick for that game because I didn't have as much fun with the local controller, so I was just like, okay, let's go pro all out on this game. But I remember playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 9, which is the PS3 Xbox 360 one. I had really a lot of fun playing that with friends a lot. Mortal Kombat X I also really like, but I felt it was kind of a little bit of a downgrade from the PS3 version of Mortal Kombat 9. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Dreamcast I played a lot too. That was a lot of fun playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, I got to play that at Walmart. It was the demo game.
Mhm.
When the Dreamcast, rip Dreamcast.
Yeah, man.
Might be a new Dreamcast coming out, I guess.
Maybe.
But
Who knows?
I didn't get to own one, and I'm kind of mad about it. But I guess I could buy one for like $1 billion now.
$1 billion, yeah, pretty much.
My understanding of U.S. currency is not good, or any currency. Where was I going? Okay, so actually, a bit of a backstory about the Killer Instinct thing, though. So there was this store in the town I live. It was called Ben Franklin, and it was literally connected to the same building as the local grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And it had groceries too, but it was more along the lines of everything else but groceries. And it had a rental area in it, and it since then it's become a buy mart.
Mm-hmm.
But that was where I was able to rent that video game for the first time, Killer Instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and I, we didn't normally rent the same video game twice. We rented that game like easily 20 different times. And we rented it so much that we actually photocopied the instruction manual from the rental thing at Ben Franklin, like just in the rental area, so we could go home and learn the moves. My mom is very, very good, and she's still very, very good with Glacius.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and to me, Glacius has always been a real bad words to master. Cinder was my favorite because
Cinder.
right, B, annoying, I win. It's the best character.
Yeah, Killer Instinct is definitely one I really like. I have the Xbox One game it has, and it's okay. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not the greatest fighting game I played compared to the original, of course.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for that question. The last question for the main questions today. Gravity Falls has ended this week with the series finale. Did you watch Gravity Falls?
I've seen the entire first season of Gravity Falls. I haven't watched the second. And is the third season the one that just ended?
Yes, that's the last season ever.
And I think that is a huge mistake and a letdown on Disney's part. Disney has this weird deal with the way that keeping cartoons on works. Like, I don't know how much how many seasons of Phineas and Ferb there are. I'm not a fan of Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, I'm not either at all.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
I think there's like, I don't know, 3,000 seasons of Phineas and Ferb. And even like a Star Wars episode.
There's a Star Wars episode?
There's a Star Wars episode.
Oh my god.
Bugs me. because Disney owns it, and so Phineas and Ferb obviously. Family Guy did it, and I don't like the Family Guy version either. Where's it going with this? Gosh, Dad brain is in full swing tonight.
But yeah, about Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. First season's amazing. So anyway, they will usually keep a new series on for about 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not raking in a bajillion dollars, then it gets axed. Cartoon Network is kind of having the same thing going on, I guess. Back in the day, there'd be like a season of Ed, Ed and Eddie, and then there'd be nothing for 3 years, and then there'd be a new season.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is confusing. But thank God. And then there wouldn't be new stuff for a while. Cartoon Network, I think, had it okay back then. Now, not so much. Disney, worse. Much worse. Because, I know you haven't sat through Clone Wars.
No, I have not.
That series was on Cartoon Network for, I think, 4 or 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
All of them good. Not some episodes not so great. But you're gonna hit kind of road bumps, speed bumps, whatever. Things are gonna happen, and then not all of them are gonna be great. So much of it, there was at least 2 to 3 more seasons left of that series easily. And once Disney bought Lucasfilm, no more Clone Wars. That bugged the crap out of me. I was like, there was a whole petition going on, and Disney's still plugging their ears about it. At least we got another kind of last final season. It was called The Lost Missions, and we got those released to us on Netflix, which was cool, of Netflix, which is also owned by Disney. So I don't understand their problem. I think Gravity Falls is an amazing, intelligent, funny, unique show. I can understand maybe it didn't have the marketing power of something as intelligent as Phineas and Ferb. One second.
All right.
Gosh, I have bronchitis and I have a cold, and they don't like each other.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I can never get rid of the bronchitis.
Oh man, that sucks, man.
Oh yeah, it's awful. But it's a shame that Gravity Falls has ended. I really, if they could do a Kickstarter thing, I'd probably donate like $300 to it.
Yeah, I didn't watch Gravity Falls yet, but I'm just waiting for it all to be done, and I should really give it a chance. Definitely, I've heard a lot of things about it.
One of the things that makes me really love Gravity Falls is that it's it takes place in a tourist trap in Oregon. And Oregon it's my backyard. I live in Southern Oregon, and there are a few things in the intro to Gravity Falls that I recognize, like the gigantic Paul Bunyan with the waving hand. I've been to that thing, and so. And I've always been interested in the paranormal, and that show kind of has it. But I've also been kind of into the weird and zany stuff, which I kind of am that kind of person. So Gravity Falls really hits me in the feels pretty hard, and the fact that it's ended too soon it's really I don't appreciate it at all.
But this question, seeing how it was loved by many. Do you have a favorite cartoon show in general?
Ooh, you cast a wide net.
Yeah, I did.
Not fun. The one I have the most fond memories of is Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah,
because one summer when me and my friends were making a kind of like a scary movie kind of film. How old were we? We were like 13. I had my Hi8 camera and I wrote these scripts that were stupid and horrible, but it's funny to watch. A bunch of jokes and like references to horror movies that didn't really pan out. So we would stay up. We would sleep most of the day so we could shoot at night, so it would be dark because horror movies had to take place at night. And then we'd shoot for a few hours, and then we'd just go and chill out and eat a gigantic bowl of $50 worth of sour candy. Yeah, that and popcorn and soda. I'm sure we all have diabetes.
Yeah.
Um, um, but we'd stay up late, and Ed, Ed and Eddie would come on at about 5 in the morning,
Hmm.
and they'd play like 8 in a row, and so we would stay up and stay up and stay up, and just watch all of that, and then pass out for the rest of the day. And it was a great summer.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful summer. And Mom got into it, and it's a very funny, intelligent series. Um, so much so that when I really get enamored with things, I generally take on personalities. I don't know what it is. It's just something I've always done. It's part of my
Yeah.
characteristic.
Hmm.
What like one of the first R-rated comedies I was allowed to watch, actually the first R-rated comedy I was allowed to watch was Ace Ventura.
Is that R-rated?
I'm pretty sure it's R-rated.
I don't remember.
Um,
Okay, well,
I might have to Google
yeah, I
it.
don't remember that being R-rated.
I, I'm pretty sure it is. It should be if it's not. I really feel like it should be anyway. Ventura rating. Come on, phone. Don't let me down. Rated PG-13, huh? PG-13 in 1994 was different than now. Okay, fine. So PG-13. And from like then, for a few years, I I was walking like Ace. I was talking like Ace. I was making references and physical things like Ace Ventura would without understanding exactly what they were. That's a mistake for an 8-year-old. And so yeah, so when it came to Ed, Ed and Eddie, I think Ed's probably my favorite,
Yeah.
but I was way more like Eddie at that point because I was always trying to come up with a scheme so we could make money, so we could do something. I'm kind of still doing that. But Ed is, like where I get my randomness from. That's definitely from Ed.
Hmm.
Like I do that to this day. I will say something, usually obscenities, that don't make any sense or connect to anything at all. And I kind of got that from him just saying buttered toast.
Yeah.
So and me and my friends would all reenact it. It was great. It was Ed and Eddie. It was summer 2002 for me.
Yeah, I gotta say, Ed and Eddie definitely hid the point for me. Like, I really loved Ed and Eddie, and I still think it's one of my favorite cartoon series of all time. Um, I'm trying to think of others I really liked. Courage the Cowardly Dog, I remember liking a lot. Man, I'm getting through Avatar right now, which I'm binge
Which season are
watching.
you on? Are you still on
I'm
season
still
one?
season one. I'm still trying to get
So
through
you're
it.
still on water.
Yeah. Yeah, I know our friend Midnight really loves that series so much.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that entire series, Water, Earth, and Fire. It's the it's beautiful, and it's funny, and it's intelligent, and there are there's stories about nothing but that are funny, but there are stories that are really deep. Like if you can't if you don't like some of the things from season one, they kind of buff that out by season two, and
Mhm.
season two was much season book the Earth book is kind of like the Empire Strikes Back to the series. And it's darker and it's cooler, and by season by Fire, it's just such an amazing conclusion to Aang's story.
Mhm.
Legend of Korra, a lot of people give it.
Yeah,
A lot of people say they don't like it.
I've heard mixed things.
I've heard like mixed things from both my mother and my wife about we don't really like it at all. I'm like, why? It's good. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
And they're like, yeah, but it's not Aang and it's not Catan. Like,
Yeah.
would you be happy if it was? I don't understand. But
Yeah.
I like Korra a lot. I think it was a great series. It's unfortunate that there's not going to be any more Avatar series stuff animated.
Well, that's kind of a good thing because we don't get any more M. Night Shyamalan films from Avatar.
Well, he I did watch the podcast that you and Midnight, and she was saying that M Night wants to make another. No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
I've sent up a resist want because it's already bad.
Yeah.
It's already bad. So he's not going to, doesn't want to, and will not because fans will lynch him. It will be bad.
It will be super bad.
I'll be in the crowd. It's not. He doesn't need that.
Yeah,
anymore
I did not watch that movie because I didn't watch the show. But I watched the Nostalgia Critic video of it, which if you haven't seen Nostalgia Critic to you guys, you should definitely check out Nostalgia Critic. But I didn't see the movie.
Doug Walker's amazing.
Yeah, he is an amazing guy. But yeah, I saw the Nostalgia Critic video of it, and I was like, oh my god, even as a film itself is just really, really poorly done. Yeah, I didn't even bother with that film.
That movie was painful to watch. Like, I don't like to waste money.
Yeah.
So when I go in to watch a film, regardless of whether I like it or not, I'll usually sit through it. That is the first film where I left the theater.
Oh.
I didn't even want my money back. I just wanted to leave. And the first thing I did was call my mom. I bring my mom up a lot. She's a big geek.
Like you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it from her. Like she's such a big geek that she's a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, I like Harry Potter too.
So much so that she was a mod on the Chamber of Secrets forums
Really?
for 3 years. So much so that she started making a little scratch from it. And to tie that kind of back into Deadpool, my mom was worked at a local hotel, and Ryan Reynolds stayed there.
Really? That's cool.
For a night, and he came in and he was like, "Is there anywhere to park my bike?" And they're like, Mom's like, "No, we don't really have anywhere to take the bike." And she recognized him immediately because of everything he had done at that point, which was 2006. And she was very, she didn't geek out and she didn't like torture the poor man or anything. He was just tired and wanted a room. So she got him settled and everything, and she's like, I don't want to bug you or anything, but could you sign my Harry Potter book? So there's a Ryan Reynolds, John Hancock, and I'm pretty sure it was Prisoner of Azkaban that he signed.
Prisoner.
So
oh wow, that's cool.
It's weird. It's really weird. Like not an actor from those films, but Ryan Reynolds has.
Yeah, it's like Deadpool signing Harry Potter books. It's like. What? I just want to see a Deadpool like making fun of Harry Potter now. Like, just like what a geek dad he is.
Yeah, if only they had called that one guy Fat Dumbledore instead of Fat Gandalf, it would have been so meta.
Yeah, it would have definitely been funny. Yeah, we definitely moved a lot along that from that cartoon question.
Certainly did.
But yeah, that's it for the main questions actually. Before we get to the quick questions, I really like your shirt you're wearing, by the way. I've been staring at that thing the whole time.
It's good. The wife knows me well.
National Sarcasm Society.
Like we need your support. It's amazing. My wife knows me very well. Like I have a cousin to that shirt, which is sarcasm is a body's natural defense against stupid. There are several other sarcasm, like literally about sarcasm, shirts about sarcasm that are in my Amazon card right now, just waiting to be purchased.
Yeah, I've been staring at that shirt the whole time, and I was thinking to myself, wow, that really fits him. Like it really fits his character, dude.
Oh yeah, it's me, all right. It is certainly me, which is why I'm wearing.
All right, so here are the quick questions. Mass Effect Andromeda writer left BioWare this week to join with Bungie on Destiny. Do you feel great about this decision or don't care?
It's hard to tell, honestly. I've never played a Mass Effect game. I don't remember if that's an Xbox exclusive.
It was for the first game, then the second game, and then it broke the exclusivity of all.
Okay. So it's hard to tell. I know that fans revere it for its storytelling, and I don't know if he was part of all of the Mass Effects or just Mass Effect Andromeda.
I think he was for most of it.
if he was, and he's part of the team that made that series so, got so many fans because of the story, I'm incredibly excited if that's the case, because I absolutely love Destiny, and you asked me this question because you know that.
Yeah.
So, but year one, the story, there was no story. It was really run around, do this thing a billion times, and it was a looter shooter,
Yeah.
and it's the first game that was a first person shooter and had RPG elements that I actually could grab a hold of. Most first person shooter games, or just first person games, not necessarily shooter, make me seasick. Destiny didn't do that, and it also gave me the sci-fi fantasy elements that I love, and also gave me an RPG element that I could actually focus on and understand, because my brain just does not work that way. Like, I try to do tabletop RPGs like almost every weekend, and I just can't do it. My brain doesn't work that way. It's all the numbers. But with Destiny, there was that system in place, so you had those things, and even though you didn't have much of a story to go off of from the first, second, or third DLCs, the third DLC was really good. The expansion, Taken King, was amazing. And Nathan Fillion is one of the voice actors.
He was in it?
Nathan Fillion is a character named Cade 6, and he is the most sarcastic exo. What was he, an exo? I can't remember what the character. They're these kind of android type of characters. Like, they're completely machine, but they are people. He's a hunter class character, and he is a smartass because it's Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to.
Yeah, man, it's all right. By the way, before I get to another quick question, do you see this Deadpool case I got?
Nice.
Yeah.
You have an iPhone, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
See, I'm a big fan of Droid. I got my Droid. But it has this like red kind of neoprene backing to it, which kind of reminds me of the Spidey suit. That's actually kind of something that bugs me, that there really aren't that many cases for droids.
Yeah.
I think there aren't a lot of people that, like, there are a lot of people that are gigantic Android fans.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's still in existence, and it is a competitor to iPhone. But I guess there's not many people that want to create the cases for it. I don't know. It bugs me, because I really like them.
Man, we just talked about iPhone and Android for a minute there. I was like, wow. We talked about something that's like technology for the first time. Next question. Star Wars Episode 8 got a new production video this week. Now,
Saw that.
are you excited for Episode 8 still, or?
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited. You know how I felt about on my first viewing of Force Awakens?
Yeah, you talked about it on stream and even posted Twitter that you really didn't like it at first.
Yeah, I was really, really let down by that movie. I felt like M. Night Shyamalan had taken the reins. It felt bad. But I think waiting outside in the rain for an hour and a half, and also like my wife being mad about that, and us not being able to get in immediately, and also having to sit in the front row, where it was, I felt like I was sitting in Poe Dameron's nostril. It's hard to see what's going on. So like all this anger that happened right before that movie, I think really slanted it to where I didn't like it at all. But as a longtime Star Wars fan, since 1997, since the special editions, which are my true Star Wars films, and I'm a huge fan of the prequels. I know I'm putting myself on the crucifix saying
it's alright, man. There's some people that like the prequels. I mean,
there's a lot of people that like the prequels. There are far more people that like the prequels than there are people that do not. I can tell you that because the vocal minority, the really loud minority, are the ones that hate it. You can hate Jar Jar all you want, but I have a complete theory about why he works, which I'm not going into. But as a longtime Star Wars fan, someone who's waited since '97 to see Episode 7, I knew that I had to just go back and however many viewings it was going to take, I was going to hammer it into my head that it was good. And about 2 viewings later, I was completely sold on it. Like the first viewing, spoiler for, I'm not even going to say spoiler, because everyone at this point, if you haven't seen the movie, it's already been spoiled for you anyway, so deal with it. the lead up to Han Solo getting stabbed by Kylo Ren,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't buy on my first viewing, and I didn't really buy on my second viewing. By the third viewing, I was like, I really felt like he was actually struggling between the light and the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So, it took me a little bit to actually believe it. I'm very excited about episode 8 because that's where this question really was.
Yeah.
Because Rian Johnson is a monster.
Oh, he's a great director. Great director.
And writer. He's written and directed some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad, which if you have not watched Breaking Bad...
I've watched all of Breaking Bad, man.
Good.
It's such a great series.
Rian Johnson... Look, I'm pretty sure 8 is going to be like the Empire Strikes Back of the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Who better than someone who's made some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad to make this film?
And don't forget, Rian Johnson also did a couple a sci-fi film before this called Looper with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis. I didn't see it, but I'm a big fan of Joseph. I'm not a big fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I'm a huge fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I absolutely like that film a lot.
I like him. I haven't seen it. There are a lot of films that I haven't watched, like from across several decades that I haven't watched. When I get into my niche, I stay there.
Yeah.
Like I'm really a hermit crab. So yeah, I haven't seen that movie, and also that was kind of around the time where I was like, oh, Bruce Willis. I don't care about him anymore.
Yeah.
At all, and I don't. So that's kind of preventing me from seeing Looper.
Yeah, Rian Johnson is a great director. I mean, he made, I think, possibly
Brick.
Brick
was the other film
Brick
that
was
he made.
in film.
Brick. It starred Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, I
It was
know.
a low budget. Okay, so you've seen Brick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wrote and directed that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think so too. But yeah, his Breaking Bad episodes are some of the best. Like, I think the third to final episode of the series of Ozymandias, I think was
Ozymandias.
it? Ozymandias. Ooh, that episode just killed me.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. So,
all right.
which is why 8's gonna be great.
Yeah, 8's gonna be. I think I heard from John Boyega, who portrays Finn in the film. He said it was gonna be super dark, like the darkest of that trilogy.
I hope so.
Yeah. Next, the final quick question. Pee-wee's Big Holiday got an official trailer for Netflix, that Netflix film. Will you watch this film?
No.
No.
The last Pee-wee thing that I watched was, I think, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and I saw it a few times back on Disney Channel in the 90s. Since then, no. I used to, when I was a kid, I would watch Pee-wee's Playhouse, the original stuff, and then there was all this kind of with that actor, where it was kind of like, don't say his name, this guy's a pervert, don't say his name. And he was in Mystery Men, and I kind of brought him back into the fold, I guess.
Yeah.
He was the Spleen.
Oh, Mystery Men was so funny.
What a great film. I was actually just thinking about that the other day. Eddie Izzard is in that film. Are you familiar with Eddie Izzard?
Yeah, I know who he is. He was in Hannibal, the series I personally really enjoy a lot.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. I don't watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, I will not be watching that. Not because, anyone who wants to, and anyone who's feeling nostalgic about Kami-sama, I am being interviewed right now. It's important. Shut up. She's going through heat.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. She's learned to twerk. It's amazing.
But you won't be watching that, won't you?
No, if anyone wants to, I'm not gonna judge you. I don't judge people for what they like, really on anything. So if you guys want to go out and watch Pee-wee's show, what's it? What's
Big Holiday? It's a
Big
film.
Holiday on Netflix. Go enjoy. I won't be. I don't hate it or anything, but it's just not for me.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the show today. Thank you, Justin, for stopping by the podcast. And where can they find you?
Yeah, 1 second. So, hey everyone, I'm Dresdenkingwack. You can find me at twitch.tv/DresdenKingWack. All one word. If you like R-rated content and potty mouth like you've never heard before, and my group's the Magic Circle of Jerks. You can also join me on PSN if you want to, but you have to be a follower first because that's kind of the rule. But that's my spiel. That's my commercial. It was bad, but it was my commercial.
And I believe you also have a Twitter as well, at Dresdenkingwack.
Yeah, Dresdenkingwack. Twitter. Dresdenkingwack stuff. It's great. It's pretty good. I tweet out when I go live and stuff, and it's fantastic. This is terrible.
All right, so tomorrow morning we're actually expecting you back here with Midnight this time around. I think we're gonna start recording that at around 11 a.m. ish. So
that'll be perfect. Actually, the little one will be in for his nap, and the wife will be at work, and the older one will be on the tablet, and it'll be perfect.
All right, so there's definitely gonna be another episode tomorrow. I'm gonna try and upload this as fast as I can so that I can have everybody who is still up probably at 10 o'clock in the night watching this. But thank you guys for watching the next episode of One Take. Expect another one tomorrow morning with Justin again and Midnight Starlight again. And I hope you guys have a great night at this time, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.